Hi, everyone. I'm Lenny Pinna,
And I'm Bonnie DeCasey.
and together we're
We are
Ecclesia
Ecclesia
Arts.
Arts. We're here this evening to give you an update on what's been happening with Ecclesia Arts. I think we did our last update about a month or two ago,
Yeah.
and we've got some interesting news and updates along with a new video that we're going to be sharing with you. So, if you're just joining us and you're new to the project, Lenny is the editor and publisher of this book, A Face from Uranus. It is correspondence between Ted Burr and Henry Bellamy, 1943 to 1945. If you're interested in the project, there's a lot of pieces to this. You can go through the Ecclesia Arts channel.
hmm
We have a lot of information on here, including the pilot and more information about the book. The elder Ted Burr. There's a lot of stuff that you can learn, and it's all very interesting information. Tonight, we're going to be talking a little bit more about a project that involves Lenny, but we just wanted to let you know that this is still being shopped around to producers.
The
We're trying
the
to,
TV
the
series
TV
the
series.
TV series called "In the Name of Jamie Wakefield," Too Pretty for a Boy,
Exactly.
is ongoing. We're trying to find producers and putting out to the leads we find.
Exactly.
Bonnie has been helping me with that,
Exactly.
and but we also wanted to tell you that in our current climate, there's some things that are happening in the present we want to talk about.
Exactly. And, with everything happening, um, a lot of people have been purchasing the book, and we're just excited to hear a lot of the feedback. There's just been a lot of good stuff happening with the project in the last couple months. And we realized we haven't done an update and we've got new stuff to add. So
Yeah.
why don't you start talking about that?
Yes. Well, I want to bring us into the present and say that given the current climate that's happening in our country regarding the issue of transgender, um, we feel that Ecclesia Arts is a safe space to talk about transgender through the project of Ted Burr, but also in some of the other work and my personal life that uh, have intersected. So I was invited to speak to a couple of classes at Indiana University of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
One was an introduction to LGBTQ studies, and the other one was an LGBTQ literature course.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted me to talk from different angles. In the introductory course, they wanted me to talk about the work with Ted, but also to include some personal information about my interest, how I got involved, and what's my relationship to the theme of transgender, which led to a performance that I had done in the 1999 and in the year 2001, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. So that actually allowed me to go into the next course, the literature course, to talk both about Ted's story, the book, the TV series, and also my work on a play, a one-person play that was written by a man who at age 45 married with a daughter, changed genders, and wrote a play that was a one-person play with over 26 characters. The actor, who was me, had to play all of the characters dressed as a man in Act One and as a woman in Act Two. And it's a 2 hour play. It's a marathon, but it's well, I'll let you know. I consider it the Olympian feat of my acting career.
Pretty amazing.
Yes, and so and the reason so there's two reasons why I want to put it on the channel right now. One is people have been asking about my acting work because they've seen some of my other work through like the TV pilot and things like that. So I wanted to show the acting work. I was age 40 at the time. In 1999 I was age 40,
Yeah.
and in 42 in age 2001. And it's interesting, in the middle, in the year 2000, I made the film about the elder Ted Burr during right in between the two performances.
Letters to Uranus.
Yes, Letters to Uranus, The Hidden Life of Ted Burr. So what I want to say is that I'm going to be truthful, but I'm going to be vague in a way because of the current climate regarding transgender. I'm not really going to be talking about the play's title or the play's author. I'm really focusing on that it's my performance and it's the material, the story of watching somebody progress from a baby to adulthood and cross from manhood into womanhood.
Mhm.
I want to really present that because I think it's an important, I think it contributes to the discussion of transgender at this particular time.
Mhm.
Uh, and I think it also really resonates on our channel because our major project with Ted Burr.
Mhm.
So it all seems to come together right now. And since I'm sort of the messenger at this time regarding these projects, I wanted to be able to present this performance. I'm going to let Bonnie tell you a little bit about the logistics. We're making it available to the subscribers and more, but Bonnie will tell you how that's done
Yes, exactly.
technically.
So it was a little bit of a challenge because Lenny actually had a DVD of the performance from obviously
2001.
2001. So the tech on it wasn't, I mean, it's not as high definition, obviously, as you would see in a video today, but it's very, it's good quality. There is a part, and I want Lenny to talk about it a little bit,
Yes.
where there's a blackout scene.
Yes. Well, what it is there are two scenes that are done in blackout, meaning because they're voiceovers.
Hmm.
You hear two characters talking. The first one, you can hear everything,
Hmm.
and so it's great. The second one, for some reason, it comes about maybe halfway through the second act.
Hmm.
There's a 2 to 3 minute scene, and the audio didn't come through as well. And I just want to tell you ahead of time, so that when that comes, that it is a scene about the man's wife, the man who's changing genders, before he comes out as she at a party,
Hmm.
his wife, who was very supportive at that moment in his transition, uh, was called by a friend and telling her, there's no way you should be involved with this. You're going to be associated with this, and it's going to be, and it's actually really important for right now because you know how the association of with something
Hmm.
is really what people get freaked out about. And that's actually where an area that we need to talk about is being in association with someone that's transgender. We want to, at this point in my life and our lives,
Hmm.
is to say we stand with this person,
Hmm.
and that's what this person's wife did. However, the friend comes in and says, I think you're making a big mistake. So it's a 2 to 3 minute scene where you're
Hmm.
not quite hearing, but the man's wife says, I'm going to support him
Hmm.
because this is what she wants. And I really think, she's a beautiful person and I want to support her. So I wanted to just say that's what that scene's about.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of the technical
Yeah.
part. So then what we're going to do is we're going to create this as an unlisted link. So it's not going to show up in the search on YouTube, but everyone who's watching this video will be able to access this. So I'm going to be putting the link in the description part of the video. You guys usually can figure that out. I'm also going to put a link to In the Name of Jamie Wakefield, which is our website, which has a lot more of information about the book, the movie, Lenny, Lenny's work, my work. Um, if you're having trouble finding the link and you watched our video, leave us a comment because we want you to be able to see this. And I know sometimes technology isn't easy to figure out. So don't feel bad if you can't find the link. We all know that sometimes it's a little bit
I'm one of those
hard.
people.
Exactly. So we want you to be able to find the link. So don't feel bad if you're like, "Where's the link?" Just leave us a note in the comments, and we'll link you to it. I also wanted to let everybody know that this is probably a more mature audience type of performance. Due to like the language, I'll let Lenny
because
talk about that a little
because
bit.
there are 26 characters of
Yeah.
all ages, all
Hmm.
stripes, and there are machismo characters who use very sort of foul
Yeah.
language, and their language just about gender and sexuality that run throughout.
Yeah.
It's nothing's
No.
gratuitous.
No.
Everything is involved in the play, but we do think this is definitely for at least 16 or 17-year-olds and above.
Exactly.
We're not promoting this to anyone younger than that
Yeah.
at all.
Exactly. So if you're interested in watching, the link will be below. And we'd love to hear your comments too. I mean, that's important to us. If you have feedback, or questions about the material, it's always wonderful, to hear feedback about everything.
Yes, and like I said, Ecclesia Arts will be a safe space to have discussions about
Exactly.
gender, sexuality, transgenderism. It's an important conversation within our culture at this time.
Exactly. We look forward to hearing what you have to say. And
Thank you as always for being a support to us
exactly.
and being participatory with us.
Exactly. And, like from my perspective, I actually just was able to view this video for the first time, like recently. And I have to say, I personally was blown away. I'm so excited to be able to share this with all of you because it, it, it really, really moved me in so many ways.
And I think you'll find, even though it was written 25 years ago and performed
Hmm.
25 years ago, the story could be told today
Exactly.
as is. And you would
Exactly.
say
It's
that just took
amazing.
place now.
Exactly. So thank you as always. We're going to continue to do updates on Ecclesia Arts about what's going on. And if any new information comes up, we'll of course be sharing it with you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much as always for joining us.
Good evening, and we'll see you again sometime.
Bye bye.